Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome to the Goof on Radio stream. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. We are live on July 16th, 2020. It is Thursday. We are about to end the week in one day. And yesterday, the news was astronomically bad. Astronomically. Is that a word? Today, we are going to do a 180 on that because we've got an announcement tonight, a collaboration. A new group has formed within 20 hours or less. And I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's amazing. I'm very happy because they're a bunch of nice people. I like nice people. You'll never guess in a million years. Don't even try. You'll never know. But I know. And I can't believe it. It's going to be great. A new group forms overnight. And this is some serious. This is reality. These are people who've been in the field minimum a decade. I just realized there's, all right, half of them been in 15 plus, the other half 7 or 8, 6, 3. That doesn't really matter. These are people who are critical thinkers, which is what we need in the field of the paranormal, not just ufology, ghosts, spiritual ascension, Grant Cameron, whatever. We need it, period. And this is going to be great. So I can't wait to announce it in a little bit. Wow, the lighting looks great tonight. What did I do? I have to get a hat? Why? You want me to put a hat on? Screw you, Chuck. It is my head. If I want to put a hat on it, I'd put a cap on it. If I want to put a fireman suit on, I'd wear the suit. It's me. Look at me. Why, you don't like it? Screw you. I got to change the color. What's tonight's theme? We're going to go black. All right. So we went back in black with AC/DC. You won't see it until later. Now we got to change next to my name. What do we do? Black, right? No? All right. We'll go green. Because it's a, I don't know. Never used it. We'll go green. It matches the couch. And that's an alien, by the way, in formaldehyde. It's real. Wear a hat. FFS. Screw you. Hey, I wore the cop outfit for your birthday that one night. Oh, no, that wasn't you. What else are we talking about tonight? Oh, paranormal shit. Paranormal 911. We've brushed on it, but now I know videos I can play that I didn't think I was allowed to play before, which I know I can. So we're going to listen to real paranormal 911 calls. And I want to talk about a story about a cop who went into this haunted school. Whoa. It is amazing. Really good stuff out there. There is a lot of good stuff popping up all over. And TV too. You know, my favorite show right now on TV, COVID, is Paranormal Caught on Camera, for paranormal UFOs, conspiratorial stuff. It's great. And we talk about those things. We see them here on the show. You see them on YouTubes. They're all over the places. This is a great day. I can't believe today. What a difference. Roll call. Hey, James Pierce. James Hyde Pierce made it to the show. Pierce Morgan. Pierce as a needle in your eye. James Pierce. JP. Mario. Heat Wave. Working in a heat wave. How you doing, Martin Reeder? What do you say, MR? What's that? What? Where? Here? Here? Oh, yeah, here. Welcome to the FFS zone. Don't forget. Hey, Lee Happily Bodge is here. Happily, Lee B. B. Lee, Jocko Johnson, the man with 2 J's. 2 J's are better than one. The man with the best name in the business, Jocko Johnson. Arizona Lerps, right from AZPHX, maybe Mesa, Chandler, Glendale. Who knows? He's an Arizona Lerper. Zoc Diecast Monster. ZDM in the house. Way to make it on time. Great. You're always on time. All you people, all the Olifants usually here on time. How you doing, Mr. Olifant? Or Mr. Lori, Mr. What a jerk. Coral Ann in the TV sets in the house. Hey, what do you say, Coral Ann TV? Brett Lewis is in the house. BL, Brett Lewis, not LOU, LEW. Adam Arizma. Adam Arizma. I got a hat, all right. Oh, I didn't realize I put this one on. Look, you got to vote for this guy. I don't care if you hate him. If you don't, America's over. I've said it before, I'm an independent. I don't float either way. I float with the smart party. That is not the Democratic Party at all. Too far left, too far social, too far Germany for me. No way, Jose. We can't go that route. Look what happened when they let Chop, Chaz happen. What happened? We need to have police protection. Oh, now you want police protection? We had 3 shootings in only 3 nights. Oh, well, hey, 2 people. All right, calm down. What do you need? Food, water. They don't want, they don't like the, what do you call it? What is it they don't like about America? The way that we make money? Capitalists. Yet they're giving out Red Bull, Gatorade, Anasazi water. You know, one guy was there. He's like, what do you mean? You're promoting capitalism by giving away Red Bull, showing their labels. And the guy started taping them over. Oh, I love people. Nathan Nitsky, Nathan, Hot Dogs, Nathan Allen in the house. Welcome. Scotty Eisner, not Billy Reidner. Welcome. Who else is here? Missy. I'm going to play that video soon. Well, I don't really have to play it. Missy sent me a video. It's about 8 minutes long, a little long for how many minutes I can show it. I could show it for a couple of minutes, or I could just tell you, which I think I will tell you, because this girl was a news anchor or something like that. She was to report anytime there was something like a tip on Trump caught, with the underage girl, whatever, she checks out the story, nothing. A Trump was seen at this party, goes there, guy was never near the party. All lies. She was told all these bad things about Trump, and when she investigated it, couldn't find anything bad out about him. What she found out was he's a really nice guy. And he actually is. Look, I know you don't like the New York attitude of Donald Trump. He's old school. He's the last of those people who will speak his mind. I think we should cherish in the moment. Yeah, he's not the best speaker on the planet, okay? But the guy is wizard with how can you say that he's a wizard? With numbers, he's had bankruptcies, failures. Do you know every major I think IBM, Apple, I think they went bankrupt in the beginning, all right? Everybody gets he got $1 million to start a business from his father. That's what fathers do. He didn't make it on his own. Yes, he did. They gave him the $1 million to start the business. It went very well for a while, and then it failed. But that's part of learning and being. Look, I don't care what anybody says about Trump. Nothing has been proven that he's a racist. Nothing has been proven that he hates Jewish people. Oh, there's an earthquake. Oh my God. No, I'm joking. I hit the desk and I noticed it. Wouldn't that be wicked? Holy shnikey. That'd be great. The pictures on the back wall start falling off. That's when you know it's real. When you see the circle next to the alien, because that's the light right here, I'll fit it. That won't be there anymore. It's all going to be changed soon. I know it's supposed to be done already, but I'm getting something framed. I'm getting a poster framed. Now I want to tell you, I didn't know. But if you pay more, you get a better piece of paper. This poster is like a legitimate poster. It feels different than the paper ones that could crumple up real easy. This is like, I thought I was pulling out fabric. Yeah, it was a really expensive for a poster. I don't even want to tell you, but it's everything that's back there put into one little, and you'll know it immediately. Everybody knows. I don't want to say it because it's all going to be different. All right, eventually, I'm a procrastinator. Not really, I am, but I'm not on this one. I mean, I'm trying. All right, what are we doing? So, what I want people to do is go back 4 years and remember where the country was. The most ever by one president, the most ever was put into the national debt by Obama. I don't even want to get into anything political about how bad he made the country, but Trump, as you know, after a couple of years, record everything, unemployment, right? Record on record jobs, saving money, tariffing, putting tariffs on China, which, by the way, I think China, and I'm going to say it, I know China gave us that frickin' coronavirus. This whole thing was planned by the Democrats. Pelosi went down there when Trump was on the border of the North and South in Korea. She took a trip that was unscheduled because Trump did it. She wanted to do it and went down and spoke with the China people about something, I don't know what, but it was never disclosed what she went to go talk to them about. But somehow it skirted right on by in the news. I think she was okay. That's why she was out. Where was she? Little Italy? When she was saying, don't worry about the coronavirus. It's just like the flu. She knew, but the world was going to close down anyway. It was all part of the plan. So go back 4 years and remember what it was like when people thought Hillary was going to win, how she's going to change the country. Can you imagine where we would, oh my God, it would be such a different world. Like it would be so weird. I can't even put it into words, but Mark Dice, I like Mark, has a video here and says, Hillary supporters, this is 5 years old, hopes she's going to, this is what it says, lower the standard of living if elected president. That's what these people are, anyway. Wow. It's just such a funny video to me that I've got to play it for 3 minutes. It's a 5-minute video. I won't play the whole thing. Don't worry about that. I don't do that anyway. The link will be in the description. By the way, if you haven't noticed, the shows are taking 12 hours to load up on YouTube. And I don't know what to do. It's not me. It's not me. As you can see, we're back in black here with AC/DC background for today. It's going to be different backgrounds. Usually I change them. I do 2 a show. At top of next hour will be a different one.
Promise to lower the standard of living if she gets elected. Do you think that's long overdue?
Yeah, actually, I don't really know what that means.
Hold on, let her answer.
I think the standard of living should be lower because I like to go to bars and drink the alcohol for lower.
Okay. Hey, hold on. Hey, let her answer. Hillary Clinton obviously is promising to lower the standard of living if she's elected. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah.
Is that a good campaign platform to be running on to lower the standard of living?
Yeah.
You think Hillary Clinton's the woman to finally do that for America?
Maybe.
Take the baton from Obama and continue the plan of lowering the standard of living?
Maybe.
Dude,
I guess.
I've actually seen him on,
Thank you.
What's Well, the news is that Hillary, as
Oh my God. Who is this? Quincy? No. Dark Hour Paranormal? What did I say? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Dark Hour Paranormal. It's you. It could be, in a way.
as you probably saw, Hillary Clinton has promised to lower the standard of living if she gets elected.
Like how so? In what regard?
Well, just through her economic policies. Are you looking forward to that?
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen is Bernie Sanders is going to beat her in the primaries, and he's going to be our next president of the United States. So I feel strength with Bernie, and he'll do better than Obama.
But this is about Hillary Clinton.
Oh, Hillary?
Hillary obviously is promising to lower the standard of living if she gets elected. Do you think that's a good campaign platform to stand on?
You know, it works for her because it definitely fits her personality. But as an American, I don't think I could stand behind that. I might have to go with Trump, you know, if that's the case.
This is for the news. It's a web segment for the news.
Okay.
You probably saw Hillary Clinton.
Hold on, let me drink this one in for a second.
Has promised to lower the standard of living if she gets elected. Are you looking forward to that? Do you think she can keep that promise? You excited about the
Who cares?
Lower the standard.
Lower the standard?
I don't really keep up with that.
Hillary Clinton.
Let's see that again in slow motion. All right, I think you get the point. I can't believe the lighting in this place tonight. It's phenomenal. Except we got to change this. See, that's the camera I bought, right? That's what we wanted, right? We didn't want to see me. Oh. We got it. Eh? What? Hey. I got to put those up there. I got to put this one over there. It's too close. It's hitting me. Back there's we got a little bit of orange. Orange you glad? All right. Next. Oh, okay. We're going to talk about Tyler here in a minute. I don't know if you guys heard the rumor about Tyler. We'll get to that. So everybody knows the protests started with George Floyd's "I can't breathe" death. Right? We could all agree. Started peaceful for a minute. Then Antifa got involved in Black Lives Matter, and, well, they turned it into a riot. But we and I thought that even though the cop, Chauvin, had his knee on the back of his neck, he was still talking, saying, "I can't breathe." It takes a lot of energy to make you to talk. It does. But if you ever been in a situation, you'd rather not talk than talk if you're tired. I don't even like changing the channel by saying, "Hey, you know who," because it takes effort when I'm tired. But here are the transcripts that goes against everything mainstream media had you believe happened to George Floyd. This is amazing. If these cops get away with it, which they will, not get away with, but, well, watch the video. That's all I can say. Wait a second. How did that go? All right. I forgot. I'm doing this the correct professional way tonight. Because you deserve the best a man can get. Gillette. Oh, why does that still up? Let's get rid of the FFS zone. Can we do that? Take it down. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, boy. America, it's not me. I'm just a messenger.
Police transcripts from George Floyd's arrest are raising concerns over the official cause of his death.
Can I just say something? This looks great, doesn't it? It's amazing to me. It's only 7:20. I'm telling you. All right.
One America's Christian Rose looks into the matter.
I want to lay on the ground. I want to lay on the ground. I want to lay on the ground. Lane says you're getting in the squad car. Floyd, I want to lay on the ground. I'm going down. I'm going down. I'm going down.
New details emerge in ongoing investigation of the death of George Floyd during his arrest in Minneapolis on May the 25th. Last week, investigators released the transcripts of officers Thomas Lane and J. Alexander King's body cam footage. While the actual videos have yet to be released, Officer Lane's attorney says transcripts show his client was following police protocol and did nothing wrong.
George Floyd had resisted being handcuffed, and he had resisted going into the back of the squad car. While he was resisting going into the squad car, he also said then, "I can't breathe." He claimed he had claustrophobia.
The transcripts show the officers asked Floyd to put his hands up at least 13 times, to which Floyd was not reacting adequately. And
this is the problem that I see continuously with everybody, not just black people, but mainly black people, but even white guys, gals, resisting arrest, not following a cop's. And I know the cop's directive isn't always a legal what do you call it? Anyway, the cops aren't always right, you know, but if you're a repeated criminal like George Floyd, who put a gun to the belly of a pregnant woman, piece of shit this guy was. Anyway, yeah, I'll continue. I'm not going to keep talking.
And saying he was sorry instead. Also in the car was Floyd's friend, who was telling him to put his hands up as well. But Floyd was hardly responsive, prompting Officer Lane to briefly pull a gun on him.
Well, because he did not show his hands.
Now, that was Officer Lane. That wasn't Chauvin. Okay.
Once he put his hands on his steering wheel, he put the gun in his holster. Why did he do that? Because now his hands were shown. They're on the steering wheel.
Transcripts also show Floyd was completely disoriented, as if he didn't understand what was going on. The store clerk, who called police after allegedly being given a fake $20 bill by Floyd, claimed at the scene Floyd may have been drunk. But it turned out to be something else.
The individual he had arrested originally was under the influence of drugs.
The transcripts then show Floyd admitted he gave a counterfeit bill to the store clerk, suggesting his initial arrest was likely justified. Officer Lane asked directly if Floyd was high on drugs, which Floyd denied, but then said he was, quote, hooping something earlier that day. Hooping is a term that means smuggling illegal drugs in someone's rectum, which may be one way the drugs got into Floyd's system, explaining his erratic behavior.
And also, let's not forget, in the video, because I've watched it so many times, he says, my stomach hurts, my stomach. And then he kept saying, I can't breathe. He knew something was wrong. That's why George wanted to be on the ground. He asked, I want to lay down. I want to lay down. He had fentanyl in his body. This thing could have erupted or leaked. This is unreal. I told you he must have ingested drugs or something, and it didn't react well. He also had I think a heart murmur condition, or who knows.
Behavior.
The guy was a mess.
The initial autopsy of Floyd's body reportedly found 11 nanogram per milliliter of fentanyl in his blood, while the lethal dose could be as low as 7.
God.
The combined effects of Mr. Floyd being
God, he had a lot. That's a lot. All right.
restrained by the police, his underlying health conditions, and any potential intoxicants in his system likely contributed to his death.
In addition, autopsy found marijuana and methamphetamine in Floyd's system, which may explain his paranoia frenzy and struggle walking, while officers Lane and King tried to put him in the police car. Amid that struggle, transcripts show Officer Derek Chauvin arrives at the scene. Chauvin then told Floyd if he couldn't breathe, then how was he able to talk and scream, as it, quote, takes a lot of oxygen to do that. And some experts tend to somewhat agree.
You don't know how much pressure was being applied to that trachea. We know that because George was talking at least some of the time, you can conclude that he did not have total tracheal occlusion for the entire duration of the knee being on the neck.
The transcripts raise a lot more questions, which may point to exculpatory evidence for police officers there.
I told you all, man. Drugs. You know, a lot of people died. Michael Jackson had fentanyl. Didn't he have fentanyl in his system? A lot of it, right? Isn't that something that makes you sleep? I don't know. I know what they tell us. That's it. So, So, the stories continue. The lies that the media portray are one against the police of all people. White men. More white men were killed. More unarmed white men were killed by police last year than black people. I think it was like 138 and black people was like 91 or something. It was a lot more. It ain't right. It's an attack on white people. This whole thing is. I'm sorry, it is. As a white person, that's what it feels like. And I didn't do anything. So someday I might just walk, next to some black guy who thinks I got to kill a white guy. How do you think that makes us feel? What did that one black lady say when oh my God, you see that? I'm drinking Starbucks double the strength coffee, and I've drank it. Look how big the cup is. I've already had half of it, and we're only 30 minutes young. What did I'm sweating. That black lady said, you should be grateful we're looting instead of getting revenge. Well, it feels like revenge now. 2 Dallas police officers were killed last weekend. San Antonio? Yeah, I think it was San Antonio. Police officers were killed. Went up to a domestic call, and then the guy just pulled a gun and shot them both in the head. They didn't even have time to pull their gun. They were ambushed. Now the cops are being defunded. Defunded $1 billion in New York, and nobody knows where that money went. What's his name? Frank DeFazio from Laverne and Shirley. He's the mayor, right? DeFazio. He won't tell anybody where the money went. Speaking of where did the money go? Where did Tyler Glockner go? Ooh, what a transition. I couldn't do that any better. You may see, I just noticed about 30, 35 people here. We haven't been doing a Thursday show continuously. And my fault. We've been doing it like every other week. So that's why Wednesday compared to Thursday and Friday compared to Thursday, even Tuesday, we have lower numbers because of it. It's very strange. Is there something else going on? Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. I know what it is. All right. So where did Tyler Glockner go? We got a job to do over here. And the job is to keep everybody up to date on what's going on in ufology, right? Even if it's old Tyler Glockner, which nobody really cares about, but people still put videos out. And Nocturnal News, douchebag of the year. Yeah, more douchier. Nah, it's a tie between him and Lions Ground. Because what Lions Ground did was wrong. If he did what he said he did, and if Tyler agrees with that, then we've got to go with it. But Nocturnal News, last 2019 in November, December, made a video about Tyler Glockner, how he's a hoax or a liar, everything I've been saying for years. But he's been doing it, putting up videos and trying to make a name for himself with Tyler videos. Because when Tyler got into trouble with Lions Ground, Nocturnal News was doing a secure team video every night. Well, there was a new tweet. So I got to do a 40-minute show about it. And Nocturnal News was so obsessed with Tyler, the rumors going around he may have killed him and took over for Tyler. Wanted Tyler so bad. wanted to be Tyler so bad. It's true, there's a video out on it, that people are saying he did something with Tyler, which of course is not true. Or is it? You be the judge. That's what you're here for. Con artist. Nocturnal News said, I am great friends with Tyler. That's what he said 4 months after he did a horrible, horrible video. More awful than everything. No, not as bad as what I did, putting the video out of the drunk driving thing. But nonetheless, that's news. That's what we do. But here he is. Who is this guy? He keeps claiming he's got 4 million subscribers on another channel, but never tells us what the other channel is. This guy's a hack. Truly a hack. I tried liking him, but it's obvious what he is. He's a wannabe Tyler. But here is the video on it. This is stupid, but I got to play it.
Here, I got some proof.
And if you can, it jumps around really. Just tell me is there anything I need to know? Is this something that I'm not seeing, or is this really what the guy is saying? The guy's saying a lot of stuff and it doesn't make sense.
Guys, check out the background of this video. Okay. Nocturnal News. Someone commented.
It's not nocturnal. It's nocturnal. Nocturnal. Let's go back to first grade. Oh, no, you learn nocturnal. Actually, you know when you learn the word nocturnal? During those stories your mother and father should have read to you before you went to bed. That word was used a lot. And you know what? You asked mom and daddy, what does that word mean, nocturnal? Never say nocturnal, Richie. What? Little Richie, gee, it's nocturnal. Okay. Why did that adult man say nocturnal?
Commented, hey, is this Tyler? And he said, yeah. What a...
So the guy said he's Tyler. So people think Tyler is him or he is Tyler?
Fool. He never thought he'll get busted on this one. Watch me click on his reply logo. Okay, you could only get one of those on a comment if you're the owner of the channel. Means you reply to the person that commented. It's the little blue thing around his logo. Okay, as I click on that, he's admitting that he's Tyler Glockner of Security.
Really? Did I not see that? Am I wrong? Where does he say that?
News. You really thought you were going to get away with this one, huh?
I don't need to get on. I choose code to be a nocturnal, and I said to my first one. So where is Tyler? Spending a nice chunk of change on a plane to fly to Texas to get your ass kicked by a former boxer, not an efficient use of funds. You should have told him to come on down. What?
Oh, man, you're just a sucker. Tyler Glockner doesn't even like you. I'm sure he...
Oh, so he says right here. You have got to be kidding me. Please don't. Okay, so this was put out. It already has 259. God. This is the dumbest video of the day. The guy's clearly joking. If somebody said to me, Rich, where is Tyler? I might have said, yeah, he's here. Just to be a dick. Like, how am I supposed to know? You know, he's right here. Where else is he? What a dumb video. See, clickbait. I clicked on it. I was baited. They got me. They got me. God, I hate being gotten.
He hates me. And I admit it. I don't do any drugs, guys, but I am 420 friendly. If you want to join the channel, if you don't, I don't care. I'm just here to help the community with some cool ass UFO videos. So that's right.
We've got 4 beats in the background. Do 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 chicka 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 do 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 do.
Smash the crap out of that like button. Subscribe. And let's jive.
Subscribe and let's jive. Hey everybody, this is Wolfman Jack. Remember in the old days you had to have a voice to be on radio? Everybody said that. You can't sound too nasally like me. I'm nasal. Because my sister pushed me down the stairs and my nose never healed right. So if I get an operation, I may lose that nasally sound. God, that'd be great. I have a hard time breathing out of this nose. So when I wear a mask, I'm actually oxygen deficient. Stupid. Anyway, another bullshit video in the UFO community. God, that is dumb. So dumb. We're also going to get to something I didn't do last night, which was the video on trains that have been known to time travel or time slip. Time slip is a little different. It is time travel, but you're slipping. That's what it said. All right. I want to keep you guys alive. So I'm calling on UFO Jesus Christ. Put out a new video. I think it's time we take a look. Actually put out 2 videos. I'm going to play the longer one first. What do you think it's about? You know the name of the channel, right? Post-disclosure world. What do you think this video is about? That's how it starts out. That's frame number 1. Tell me that is not on purpose. He knows we're talking about the claw. He knows it. I love this guy that he does it for us. I know. I love you, Ryan. I'm sorry, UFO Jesus. Still doesn't give me credit for... I'm going to go back to that day. The day he changed. And I'm going to show you it was me. The comments still have to be up. I'm like, ooh, I just gave myself. Now he's going to go in there and delete them and say, no, you didn't say I was UFO Jesus. I did. That's, don't do it, Jesus. All right. Well, this video, Disclosure 2020. What else? The New York Times and UFO crash retrievals, which, by the way, sorry about yelling. We are not, unidentified. Is horrible this year. Matter of fact, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, I changed we're going to do UFO Jesus. I'm not going anywhere with that, except there's 2 videos. Where'd it go? Oh, we already did. Did I already play? Hold on. I don't know if I played this, but it's a 2-minute. I don't think I played this for you. And if I did, I'm playing it again because it's relevant. UFO Jesus talking about unidentified. It's a 2-minute video talking about the new series, the new season. 2 minutes, his thoughts. Not bad. I got to give the little guy credit. Oh, you know how he's so white? My nephew never goes out of the house. He's that white. He's that white. No, my nephew hates the sun, even in the winter. It's too hot out. This is UFO Jesus's thoughts so far on the first episode, season 2, Unidentified.
Docu-series Unidentified, Inside America's UFO Investigation is premiering tonight on the History Channel. And I'm sure there are going to be mistakes this season just as it was last season. For example, last season, I noticed that the narrator got things wrong.
Obviously, I'm wrong. I thought he was going to talk about, obviously, you would think This is about episode 1, but it's not. But I want to tell you, what this season in episode 1, we've already talked about it. There were so many mistakes. It's not even funny. And you're almost like thinking, are they doing this on purpose? This is one of the worst edited for facts UFO show I've ever seen. Ever. Anyway, UFO Jesus points out all the mistakes. Well, not all of them, but a few of them from last year, which only, what does it do? Confirms what's going on this year. Who are these people? We're going to look in to see who's editing and directing this horrible show. We'll definitely call them out.
Now, I don't think that's To the Stars Academy's fault because they're not the producers of the show. Nevertheless, I'm sure that's going to happen again this season. Last season, the Italian officials that they met with were presented as if they were the part of the Italian government. They weren't, as far as I understand. So that was another mistake. To the Stars.
Yeah, but what were they, UFO Jesus? He doesn't tell us because he doesn't know. They weren't part of the government. They were part of is what you think would come out next, but he doesn't say it. He does that every video.
Academy made a mistake with the October 11th press conference in 2017 when they showed the Mylar balloon in the slides. They shouldn't have showed that. I don't think they were showing that as if it was a real photograph, but they should not have put it there. Luis Elizondo was wrong in a lecture he did in Italy regarding a photograph of the 1952 flyover over the Capitol building. That was not a real photograph. He presented it as it was. To the Stars Academy makes mistakes. They are fallible, just like every other organization on the face of the earth. But I think the point is they push the ball down the field. And they've put a lot of pressure on the U.S. government to be more transparent about UFOs and stop lying to their own citizens. And I think this show is a great ally in that endeavor. And yes, I'm sure that this season is going to talk about UFOs within the framework of threat here and there. But you could wipe out the U.S. government, you could disband To the Stars Academy, and the world is still going to have a conversation about whether UAP are a potential threat.
All right, gotcha. All right. Unbelievable. So this year is no different. They've gotten the name of the pilot instead of Weston I guess his name's Weston, Bill Weston, and it was Westenberger or something. It was different on his airplane. How could his name be different? There was a whole bunch. Jocko's definitely got the down low on the mistakes. And next week, this Saturday actually, but next Monday's show, we'll do a review again on episode number 2, and I hope Jocko watches it because I need that information. I don't know the things he knows about military intelligence, how things work, how are documents passed over. I mean, I know a little bit, but I'm sure he could give me more information. So we'll do that Monday on episode number 2, season 2. All right, let's see what else the UFO Jesus has to say about disclosure this year with the New York Times.
Is the New York Times about to break a bombshell news story
retrieval
about a tax-funded UFO crash retrieval program embedded within an aerospace company within the United States of America? And when I say crash retrieval, I'm not referencing the confiscation of a Russian MiG or drone. I'm explicitly referring to a retrieval of either a portion of a craft or a full intact craft that simply does not originate from the hands of man. This rumor has been circulating for a while now, and one of its biggest, if not the biggest proponent of it is Joe Murgia. Joe Murgia is a pretty level-headed UFO researcher, and he's also a preeminent expert on the Wilson Davis documents, which I will go over.
It's Joe Murgia. Murgia. God almighty.
A little bit later into this video. But for now, I'd like to share with you Joe Murgia's, for lack of a better word, prophecy regarding the alleged upcoming New York Times bombshell article.
So what does disclosure mean to me? Honestly, it's going to be messy. and I think it's coming possibly next week.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what?
What does disclosure mean to me? Honestly,
Disclosure doesn't mean excitement. I can tell you that. Holy crap.
it's going to be messy, and I think it's coming possibly next week.
He thinks disclosure's coming next week? Wait a minute. Am I not hearing this right? Come on. If I will never.
Honestly, it's going to be messy, and I think it's coming possibly next week.
To share with you Joe Murgia's, for lack of a better word, prophecy regarding the alleged upcoming New York Times bombshell article.
About the article.
What does disclosure mean to me? Honestly, it's going to be messy, and I think it's coming possibly next week.
Okay, that's not the question he posed. He said, what does disclosure mean to me? It's going to be messy, and it's going to happen next week. Let's listen on, because this doesn't make sense. Because UFO Jesus said that Joe Murgia is going to say something about the New York Times article. But Joe Murgia's question was, what does disclosure mean to me? Not what does the New York Times article about disclosure means to me. No, this is important. This is very shitty research because that's not, I'm calling you out, UFO Jesus, because that's not what's going on here.
Lack of a better word, prophecy regarding the alleged upcoming New York Times bombshell article.
See?
So what does disclosure mean to me?
What does disclosure mean to me?
Honestly,
yeah,
it's going to be messy, and I think it's coming possibly next week. If my source is correct, and the New York Times is going to be putting out their article about crash retrievals and related.
Really? Disclosure's coming next week, according to Joe Murgia, whatever your name is. And it's going to be messy. How? How's it going to be messy? Tell us, Joe. Tell me, with your many years of expertise in the field, I'm joking, how's it going to be messy? Have you thought it through enough, Joe? Do you understand that disclosure can't happen? It won't happen. Do you know how many times I've heard this story? Oh, I've been in the field, almost 17 years? Every year. There's always a rumor. Oh, disclosure is going to come next week, Richie. And we sit there and we're like, oh, it's almost Friday. I haven't heard anything yet. Never comes, Joe. Making a big mistake saying that. And see, that's the problem with the UFO field. Joe's wrong. He's 100% wrong about it coming next week. And yeah, it will be messy if it did come next week, but he's wrong. It's not going to come. Do you know what that would do to the world? You thought coronavirus was bad, that there's going to be crazy people running around, looting, murdering, raping, killing, beating, shooting, stabbing, running over, running into, running on. The world's going to go nuts. You can't have it. You just can't. As soon as one place has a riot, then the rest of the world will. Because people are like crazy in groups. Individually, you know to stay home. But you got to go. You got to go down there. Aliens? That means it's over. You're going to have those people, Joe. This is why disclosure can't happen. We are not equipped mentally. And if disclosure was this 4-year drip, by TTSA, we haven't had any water drips in 4 years. All right, 3.5. No new videos, no new evidence, no new nothing. This is the worst I've ever seen after the best I've ever seen. The Wilson documents won't die. Enough already, Dolan. All right? Everybody is confused now. We'll say they're real. We'll just say they're real. Find another story, please. No more 5-hour, after a 3-hour, 8 hours in 2 days on those stupid documents that mean nothing. They're old and it's already been done with. Why do we care now? Why do we care now? Do you understand the implications if it was real, Richard? Yes, Richard. I understand if it was real, but it already happened. It's already taken place. It's already done. It's history. It means nothing. We know, everybody knows there's secret people going and doing things in Antarctica, on the moon, in space, to the moon. Mars. We're going in the earth. We're going above the earth. We're on the firmament. We're underneath the firmament. And Joe Murgia thinks disclosure is going to be messy next week. Yeah. Hold on, guys. They're going to say aliens are here next week. You can't do it, Joe. You know this. Stop trying to get people to follow you. That's all it is. By the way, big announcement coming up in about 20 minutes. So,
related subjects, maybe Wilson Davis documents. And if that happens and that article is good as I've been hearing, if it's as good as I've been hearing, it's going to create major.
Oh, I heard. Everybody's got, you know what I heard? You can't believe what I heard. You know what I've been hearing? Oh, you're not going to believe what I heard in a hearing. What'd you hear? I can't tell you. But it's good. Well, come on, tell me. I can't tell you. Come on, Joe, tell us. What you been hearing? I love these guys. It's always something. You know what I've been hearing? And if I've been hearing what I know, could be true. I don't know if it is, but I've been hearing it is. Oh, it's going to be huge. I heard something. What'd you hear? Something. You're going to give me details? No. But what are you bringing it up for?
Waves, and it'll be the first step in disclosure. And we'll see next week with the New York Times article. I'm pretty sure it's next week. It could change, but I have one really solid source that says next week. And once that happens, it's going to open up Pandora's box, and you're going to see.
Why would UFO Jesus do that? Trying to make everybody feel like we're seeing a phenomenon.
This topic everywhere, and people will follow up from other media outlets. And it's exciting to see, but I'm a little worried to see how the world handles it. I mean, Kim Kardashian has 59 million followers, and people are really interested in that kind of stuff. This is on a whole another universe, a different level.
You know what Joe Murgia just did? You know what he just did? He didn't even know it. You didn't even know it. He just told you and me that To the Stars Academy, the New York Times, mainstream media did not do a good job prepping us for this major announcement. He just said it. 59 million people are watching Kim Kardashian. What are they going to do when this story comes out? That's right, Joe. It's always been this way, Joe. That's why nothing's happened in a few years, Joe. That's why now we're seeing, maybe we may not see a New York Times article. And you know what? Anytime you hear an article's coming out, it's coming out, and it takes long for it to come out, it's usually very boring. It's inconspicuous, I guess. But, you know, there'll be people out there saying, oh, it's very cryptic, very cryptic. Now, the New York Times, they're not that smart anymore. Nobody's writing cryptic anything anymore. Whoa, that was weird.
Well, So very interesting times we live in.
Before we go any further, I just want to say that right now in my YouTube career, I'm uploading a lot more frequently. So if you were ever considering becoming a patron or even becoming a member of my YouTube channel, join now buttons below. Now would probably be a good time. That said, let's continue. Beyond 6 insider sources that Joe Murgia has that have told him that there will be a New York Times bombshell article on UFO crash retrievals, we actually know with certainty that journalists are pursuing this story. And we know that because Pulitzer Prize winner Ralph Blumenthal had a conversation on the phone with Michael Hall, and this conversation was broadcast live. And Joe Murgia happened to be listening to it live, and he live tweeted it. It wasn't really supposed to be broadcast live according to Ralph Blumenthal, so it was a kind of a mess, but that's how we know. So in my view, the question is not, are journalists pursuing this story? The question is, will this story get past the editors of the New York Times? And I'll also add that Leslie Kean is also involved in pursuing this story. Ralph Blumenthal
I don't know what I was going to say. I got distracted by the claw. Yeah, I got distracted.
Leslie Kean is also.
Who cares about Leslie Kean following up on this story? Is this really that important? Has it ever been that important that the New York Times is going to talk about crash retrieval? You know what the article is going to be, right? You know what it's going to be. The article. You know what it's going to be. I'm trying to think myself. I'm trying to think myself. It is going to be, they're going to say possibly, a lot, possible, supposedly, and you can throw in any word after that: UFO crash retrieval, alien metals, alien rocks, alien technology. Who, what, where, when, why, how? Who's giving this information up from? Who's the source? Where's the New York Times getting the information if this is going to be a crash retrieval of an alien spacecraft? Who? It better not be Luis Elizondo. It better not be anybody from that TTSA. But I have a feeling Lou Elizondo's name's going to pop up. Tom DeLonge's name's going to pop up. What? Who? What? We know maybe who. What? What are they going to be saying about the alien metals? Well, this is profound. This is amazing. And you know what's going to come next? Are the test results in yet? I thought they were done already. Who and what? Where? Where did these metals come from? Was it the Mexican UFO? Is it the one from Kingman, Arizona? Is it the one under the dam in Arizona? Could it be the crash retrieval from Brazil that just happened? That was probably fake, but you never know. Is it Roswell? It's going to be Roswell, right? Isn't it the Roswell stuff? Yeah. Who, what, where? When? When did we get this? 1947? Maybe. We don't know. So if we got the metals, if we find out when, and it's 1947, it's obvious it's Roswell. But they can't tell us that. They can't. They can't tell us the year and why. Why bring this up now? Why bring this up now? Lee with the $1.99 super chat. My supposed. I can't stand when people say supposedly. There's no such word as supposed. There's no B. It's supposedly, not supposedly. If your cheeks go out on that word, you're saying it wrong. Thanks, Lee, for €1.99. Supposedly. That's hilarious. I knew that was going to come out. Jocko heard Tyler moved to Florida. I might be moving to Florida. The chances are really good I'm moving to Florida next year. Well, the end of this year, basically, yeah. It's happening. Going to be with family. Like Caesar said, family. If you don't know Caesar.
Involved in pursuing this story. Ralph Blumenthal and Michael Hall did discuss.
Who gives a shit? I mean, really, I can't. I lost interest. I lost interest immediately after talking. All right. Thanks, UFO Jesus. You make me laugh. He makes me laugh. He's a good guy. Speaking of To the Stars Academy. Tom DeLonge did an interview with KROQ last year. I would have played it, but I didn't know I could. I didn't think I'd be able to, but I can. Can we just watch this for a minute? Just Tom DeLonge at his personality. I thought I grabbed another Tom DeLonge interview. I got the wrong one up here, so I want to watch it. You know why? Because he talks about aliens, and I like to prove myself right that he's a child in a man's body. He's just a child. It's amazing he even has access to anything alien or UFO. As a matter of fact, I don't think he does.
Whatever happened to Tom DeLonge, by the way? We haven't had him on the show in a long time. I can't.
Right? Hi, guys.
Oh,
what?
Hey,
Tom.
You guys, it's Tom
How'd you get in here?
I
heard you talking about me.
Oh no! If that was the case, you would have been here a long time ago.
you just say my name, and I'm like, hey.
Well, how are you, sir?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me. This was a wonderful morning. I got up at 5 a.m, rode a motorcycle up to see you guys. I have my second thing of coffee. This is great.
You drove from San Diego, or rode, I guess you'd say.
I rode, and just blasting music.
All right.
Doing my thing, cutting.
How long?
Took me about 90 minutes.
Wow.
But in a car, it's like 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah. A lot of people, Tom, say, you've been a motorcyclist a long time, but a lot of people say Southern California is not where you want to be because cars just do not respect cyclists or don't see them. And it's just.
Yeah, just don't pay attention.
Don't pay attention.
Is Tom DeLonge, and I'm not even joking, is he part Indian? He here, I've never noticed it, but he looks like he could be part Comanche. Seriously. Cherokee even. Is he Cherokee? Somebody look that up. I think he is. I think Tom DeLonge is 1/24th Cherokee. Cherokee. He's a Cherokee. Bless you. Look at that microphone. It's full of spit.
So much traffic, it's crazy dangerous. You ever get worried about it?
Well,
we don't care
there's
about this
a project where it was a mix of transmedia. It was like, okay, let's do films and music together, and let's just do something totally different. So I was like, okay, well, I need to create a company to make these feature films. And then I was like, okay, it's going to be easier to finance these movies if they were books. So we became a publisher. Next thing you know, it's like this company is like this little science fiction.
Guys, I didn't watch this, but I'm so mad right now. I am very angry. Do you know what To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science is for real? He just told you. This is what makes me mad. This is what bothers me about me. I can't stand this about me when you can see through the bullshit. He just told you what To the Stars Academy is. He goes, I wanted to find a way to make movies. How can I do that? I got to create a company. Well, how do you create a company? Nobody would let you create a company like that unless you wrote a book. So I had to write a book, put a book out, get some credibility. This is a scam. 6 months ago, he says, To the Stars Academy is not a UFO research group. A couple of days ago, he says, we're a UFO research group.
Disney kind of thing, and it was really a lot of work,
more or less.
And one of the stories was about UFOs, and then I just got super involved with the US government and all this stuff, and it really took me out of having any time to play music. So the past I haven't done it for like 7 years, and now it just really mapped up to where I saw an opportunity to bring Angels back and go on the road just for a little bit, because Blink's really monopolizing. Like if I was going to do Blink, I was like, okay, I can't do anything else because it's just a machine that goes all the time. So Angels like, okay, I'll just go out for these like 4 weeks. This is cool. And then the tour sold out in like 11 minutes, not the whole thing, but a big chunk of it. And I sat back and I was like, oh my God, like, okay, well, we
might do this. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were okay. Well, let's put the album on a list.
I know, Rick. Look at what these lights can do to you. I look 20 years younger. The beginning of the show, I looked about my age. But when the lights went out outside and didn't come through, these lights took over and gave me a wash. I got a wash, man. I could make myself tan. Here, hold on. I'll come back a little tanner.
Hey, well, let's do this. And next thing you know, it's like full time.
Can I go back? Can I just go back about halfway through that answer and say, so then I started dealing with the U.S. government.
Mm-hmm.
How did that start?
How did you get anyone to take?
Now I got a tan. Ooh, that does look better. Doesn't it? Yeah. A little better. A little bit. A little jowls. I shaved today. Do we really care about Tom? I got to get away from this. Anyway, that's better than the other video I was going to play. So anyway, yeah, it's amazing this camera, when it works correctly, literally can make you look like, 20 years younger. Or I'll take 5 years. You can see the light behind me, right? In that poster right there. There's one there. And then the little one is right here. The other one, I'll fix that. Well, that poster is coming down this weekend. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to hang the green screen, like right behind me, like right here on this, like this pillar. On the far side of that pillar, I will hang it. And I don't know if it'll go across the whole way, but it's big. I don't know if it'll work. You want to see what it would, here's what it will look like. Hold on. Watch this. Watch. See, I could do that, or I could have that kind of background. See them, but since I don't have the green screen up, that is so bizarre, isn't it? All right. Uh-oh. There we go. Did it work? It does look good when I'm tan. I'm going to start tanning again. I'm using these lights. But my teeth look like they're fluorescent. My teeth aren't that white. Oh. Come on, man. You're getting me off my game. This was a good show up until then. All right. So the announcement, right on time. The show's right on schedule. This is amazing. I'm never on schedule. So here's the announcement. Dave Scott So far, these are the people: Dave Scott, Rich Giordano, Dr. J, Third Phase of Moon. And maybe one other. I'm not going to say who it is because out of respect, if they want to say no, I don't want them to be looked down upon because that's not right. And a friend of mine, she's really good people. See what I did there? I threw you for a loop so you won't know who it is anyway. No. So tonight is going to be the premiere of the very first collaborative Third Phase of Moon video, premiering a photo of an alien that was photographed by a cop in Mexico. Me and the other guys made 2 to 3 minute videos and gave our opinion on it. And this is going to be something we're doing almost every night. Third Phase of Moon is going to be the main source of all the information. We will be working for them, with them. We will incorporate it in our shows. They will premiere the show. I think they're doing it, I don't know, 9 o'clock, like an hour after my show, I believe, which is 6 o'clock their time in Hawaii. So this new collaborative, this new team will be analyzing so much video, pictures, stories, and they're going to be coming from the people that can critical think and give you an honest opinion, and it's all going on Third Phase, and they'll premiere it. So for the next month, we'll be fine. They will. Third Phase, all I'm doing is just giving my opinion for 3 minutes. That's what me, Dave, Dr. J, and whoever else is getting involved. We want to be the new MUFON. MUFON doesn't do this. They don't put everything up. And if Third Phase is going to put something up now, and you think they faked it, then that means I faked it. And that means Dave faked it. And that means Dr. J faked it. And everybody else faked it. There is no more faking. If there is, there will be consequences, my friends. There will be. If I see a video and I say, there's no way, I'm going to tell Third Phase, you can't put that up there. I see a string. That'll never happen. It's a severe example. But I'm saying if something like that pops up, if I think something fishy is going on, I'm not going to hold back. They know that anyway. That's why I'm telling you, this is unbelievable what's happening. It's unbelievable. It really is. They've got so much information. And to get this information out quickly, as accurately, vetted, researched, it doesn't get any better. And it's going to be out on YouTube for the world to see on Third Phase of Moon, Goof on Radio Stream, Spaced Out Radio, Dr. J, and anybody else who comes on. This is unbelievable. This is huge for Goof on Radio and everybody else. Not only is this something that is going to be immensely popular, this is the way things should have been done all the time. I mean, it's all technology, right? Now we can give you these things in the best video quality we know how to. And with Third Phase's editing and experience with camera software and all that stuff, it's not going to look any better. It's not going to sound any better. It's not going to be shit. It's going to be the best thing on YouTube. I've been saying it for years, even when I fought. Well, I guess it was just me fighting with them. They didn't bother with me. But nonetheless, even when I went against Third Phase, I always said, it's a shame because they're really good with the camera. I say it all the time. They're very entertaining, and they are. I don't care what anybody says. I know that third phase has, and myself, we all grow through experience, and people have questioned me. Like, how can you do that after all the years you fought to have them removed from YouTube and tell people not to believe anything? How can you now put your name with them? I took that year off. I took a year off. And what that year did for me was, when I took a year off and quit the show, quit the website, quit everything, I didn't even go on the internet. I swear to God, I didn't go on the internet for almost 11 months and look at UFOs or anything. Nothing. It was just regular stuff, but I wasn't even going on YouTube, nothing. I stayed away from it. And when I came back, nothing changed. So I realized at that point, I have all this anger. I had all this anger for third phase and other people, and it got me nowhere. It got me on the side. Here I am pissed off, taking it too personally. And that's what drives me, because I believe I have a couple of incredible UFO videos, and I don't want to be in that field with fakers, liars, hoaxers. That was the fight. But I learned something. It didn't matter. I want this to matter. Things are a little different. So when I came back, I didn't even look at a third phase, anything. Matter of fact, I didn't even know if they were around anymore when I came back until just a couple of years ago, after I was back about a year or so. And somebody goes, have you seen the new Third Phase of Moon video? And I go, why do I know that name? I go, oh my God, yeah, Third Phase. I mean, I literally blocked it out. For a minute, I'm like, why do I know that name? It should have been, like riding a bicycle. I remember that name when I hear it and all the anger that came with it. And then I heard, you're not going to believe this, Rich. It's how the message was given to me. But it seems Third Phase is trying to do the right thing now. Can you believe this shit? And I'm like, really? What do you mean? Well, now they're trying to, and this is how it was worded to me, fake friend people and say that they've gone legit and there won't be anything getting by them. No more what ifs. They're going to ask the hard questions. And I watched and I saw good things. And I said, all right, I like what I'm seeing. And it was good. And then one day, I don't remember how it happened. I think I was talking about one of their videos. I don't know. We wound up talking, I think, privately. And it was really an amazing discussion. And, you share information with somebody that you would never share. And it shows, a little bit of trust in me. And then, I tried sharing some things too and showing, it was a good conversation. And we laughed, and then they were telling me the things that I said about them. And I'm like, I would never say that. And they're like, oh, yeah, we got screenshots of it all. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm so sorry. I couldn't believe it. I was mad. I said a lot of hateful things. Childish. But I was also trying to make a name for myself too. So you only can grow. Look, I can do this. I can still be the asshole, which I think I don't know if I want to be the asshole, but I think, It's a different climate. This world is different than it was 10 years ago, 5 years ago. It's totally different. I'm doing a little bit different stuff than I did last year. So it's a growing process. And I grew to like Third Phase. Like I said, I like their style of video. I think they're excellent at it. I don't think there's anyone better. And I think this new collaboration with Third Phase being the hub and us orbiting around the nucleus, just constantly giving you the information. This isn't about us, guys. It's not about us. So forget the past. Let's go forward. Forget the shit in the past. This is a new beginning for them. And I'm grateful they asked me to be a part of it. And I'm happy Dave's a part of it. Dr. J, I'm glad. And hopefully our next other person will be a part of it too, which I think will happen. If you're not aboard, you will be. You'll see tonight. The first video will go out. They'll post it. This is great stuff. I was getting messages, and I'm not sure why I'm getting all these messages. Hold on. It seems important for me to get messages during the show. Okay, that was funny. Rick's Realm. Wait, what is this? What did you do? A $5 super chat. Rick, first official show of support for UFOlogy's new dream team. That's fantastic for tomorrow's show. UFOlogy's new dream team. That's... Do you know? I didn't think of this. Do you know how funny this is going to be? Third phase of Moon. Check it out. Thank you so much for that. Could have just told me, but thank you for the support. That's phenomenon. I'd love to do this full time. So if there's a way, God, I don't even want to say it, but if there's a major corporation, let's say that wants to sponsor Goof on Radio, send me a message. goofonradio@gmail.com. I want to do this full time. If there's anybody who wants to support the show that way, major corporate, I don't want it if it's some person living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, here you go. Here's a few $1,000s a month. Knock yourself out. That would be fantastic. We could put your logo up on the show, whatever. Do a commercial in the middle. Ooh, that would be weird, wouldn't it? Have a commercial on my show. We better talk first. I don't know if I want commercials on my show. I don't monetize the video, so you can watch them commercial free. It's the kind of show I'm going to keep. Yeah. Anyway, we can still talk if you like the work. Believe me, I don't want to go back to work that way. I want to do this full time. I would do so many things. It'd be crazy. If I knew that I didn't have to keep searching for a job, if I knew I didn't have to go work in 8 to 5 or whatever, 7 to 3, 8 to 4, if I knew I didn't have to do that, believe me, it'd be different. Espionage TV, thank you. Welcome for the show. Love what you're doing for our field of ufology. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. It is going to be different. We have got to share, like, subscribe, let people know. Tonight's show, when Third Phase puts this video out about an hour and a half from now, I think it'll be. That is the beginning of something new. You guys are going to be there for the first of it. I'm very, very touched by the whole thing. All right. So let's move on. I gave that the time it needed. You understand? Let's go to work. What? Yeah, I will be getting back on the nose, N-O-Z, nos. Keep control. Yep, definitely. This is, I thought about it before I said yes, Brett. But you know what? All they need from me, 3 minutes a day. Well, it's more like 20 because, by the time I say what I have to say the right way, make sure it looks right, set it up, upload it, send a link, talk a little bit. It's a 20-minute thing every day. And I don't know what's going to happen next week if this New York Times article comes out. What does it mean for ufology? Well, I'm sure we'll be talking about it somewhere, here, there, everywhere. I'm just really happy that Dave Scott said yes. Not because I didn't think he wouldn't want to do it, because of time. He's very busy. He works hard, and then when he comes home, he's got a 3-hour show. That's a lot of, talk about somebody who crosses their I's and dots their T's. Wait. That's wrong. All right, let's go. I want to do the 911 stories. God, I hope that I'm pretty sure I can play this because it's from the Honolulu PD. So I'm pretty sure this is what do you call it? Copyright free? No. What do you mean? It's for the public. Anyway, I'm playing it. I love watching this show called the Paranormal 911. Real stories from first responders who go into schools, homes, buildings, and not only that, 911 operators get calls from ghosts. It's pretty creepy. I love this stuff. God, I love this. I'd love to do this full time, every day, all day for you guys. We do 2 shows a day, 3 shows a day. All right.
I started to feel like something's not right.
Seriously. She laughed at me and said I was hallucinating. But I know what I saw. And I know I wasn't dreaming.
Oh, I love this stuff. I didn't kill it today. Mine wasn't good. I had an average video.
About a decade ago, I worked in the Central Receiving Division cell block, where we house all of our day's arrestees. As a relatively new officer, I would laugh at the senior officers who would tell us stories about the cell block being haunted. Seriously, how could the building be haunted? It was relatively new at the time.
Once when I was working in cell block, a really strange thing happened to me. I was doing checks when I heard a male voice calling from across the hallway. I told the male,
lady,
just a minute, while I finished my checks. But I continued to hear the same male voice calling, officer, officer. I decided to go and see what this person wanted, just in case it was an emergency. As I walked down the hallway, the voice got louder and louder. I yelled back, I'm almost there. When I got to the other row of cells, the voice suddenly stopped. As I looked down the hallway, I noticed that all the cell doors were open, meaning that they're all supposed to be unoccupied. I yelled back again, hello? But it was dead silent. I was a little hesitant at first, but I made my way down the hall to check each cell. As I looked at all the empty cells, I started to feel like something's not right. I began hoping to see someone, anyone, just sitting there. But when I reached the last cell, I saw that it too was empty. Right then, I felt a cold chill. The hair on my arm stood up, and I ran the heck out of there.
Whenever I worked in cell block on the graveyard shift, I was usually tasked with the head count of all.
Why? Here, I have a question. We talk about this all the time, right? Like, why? How? Who? What? When? How? Who could it be? Could it have been somebody who maybe committed suicide in the jail cell? I mean, these things, I don't understand how they can imprint themselves to yell at the officer, and then she gets close and it stops. There's too many stories. Oh, and I've got a really good story too. I'll tell you after this. It's almost over.
All the arrestees.
I had to
This was
say
ensure
something.
no one was hurt, missing, or had escaped. So as I made my way past all of the cells, I noticed a cell door that was open. But this wasn't out of the ordinary. We would leave the doors open when no one was in the cell. But as I walked past this cell, I was shocked to find a guy sleeping in it. I immediately closed the door and made sure it locked. At first, I thought it was odd, but I remembered hearing stories about some of the cell doors' locking mechanisms jamming. So I made sure the door locked and then went to report it to the turnkey officer.
How could that be? How could this be?
When I told her what I had saw, she laughed at me and said I was hallucinating. She said she just did a head count a few minutes earlier and everything checked out. I wasn't joking. So we both decided to go back, checked the door, and identified who the person was. When we got there, the door was still secured, just as I had left it. But when we opened it, no one was there. The cell was empty. Whoever was in the cell had vanished. I thought the guys were playing a joke on me, but even they seemed upset because they thought I was playing around. But I know what I saw, and I know I wasn't dreaming.
That's not at 60 frames a second.
Most of the officers who worked in the cell block will tell you they don't believe in ghosts. But most of them will admit to you that they had an uneasy feeling while walking the halls, especially at night.
Forget it. These guys go through a lot. All right, let's go through another one. I thought that was some just a good story, just to get it started, just to get you guys going, just to see what you would think. All right, here is one. This is from the early show. This is haunting, never before seen images of, well, Ground Zero. I was going to do a little bit of 9/11 stuff tonight, but I think I'm running out of time. That's okay. It wasn't in the title of the show, was it? No? It wasn't? All right. We're going to try this screen. I think this will come in nice, right? No?
10 years after 9/11, a new report out just this morning says the U.S. may still be unable to stop a terror attack. The former leaders of the 9/11 Commission say the effort to find airline passengers with hidden explosives lacks reliability, and also argue that the U.S. is not yet prepared for a truly catastrophic disaster. For nearly 8 months after 9/11, FEMA photographers recorded the rescue and recovery efforts at Ground Zero here in New York City. CBS News has been given access to more than 100 hours of that footage, and CBS News Homeland Security correspondent Bob Moore shows us some of that.
10 years later, and the pictures are still overpowering. Raw images of a horror that remains hard to comprehend. Weary rescue workers, overwhelmed by the scope of the destruction, moving debris in a bucket brigade, and digging, oftentimes just with their hands, in a desperate search for survivors and trapped first responders. Underground, it is pitch black, a disorienting darkness, punctuated by the crunching sound of footsteps as rescuers search for victims. Guided by periodic shafts of light shining down through the carnage above, this team from Miami is tracing subway lines, looking for people who might have taken refuge when the Twin Towers were hit. Another group of searchers from...
Oh, never mind. When I saw Haunting, this is just images of Ground Zero. I didn't know it was going to go this route. So let's stop that. They're just showing us images of Ground Zero. All right. We're going to do what I was going to do. This will get us right to the end of the show. Trains, planes, and time slips. We've never talked about this. We got half hour. Do we? 25 minutes. I'm going to play this video. Yeah, this is good. This is good stuff right here. See? See? And I think this is 1080.
History is littered with the disappearances of people who
Oh,
vanished
what a
from the face
difference.
of the earth whilst traveling routine journeys. Many of these instances have proven frustrating to investigate, as neither the transportation that was involved or its occupants were ever located. And in a minority of cases, tales persist of vehicles reappearing in impossible locations or timeframes, long after their travels should have come to an end. Our civilization is constantly striving to improve upon the manufacturing techniques and technological achievements of the past. On a near daily basis, every aspect of society is under an unyielding state of scrutiny in search of methods which will enable the evolution of our creations towards ever safer and more efficient successors. And in no field is this more evident than the transportation industry. Every new vehicle that is conceived, be it for land, sea, or air, is built in the shadow of the limitations and flaws of those that have gone before. Transportation is an industry which continually pushes itself to manufacture vehicles which are faster, more efficient, and safer. And yet, even with such constant analysis and refinement, each year, millions still lose their lives whilst traveling from one point to another. Despite the invention of satellite communications and GPS tracking, ships and planes continue to vanish from across the globe, leaving no trace of their passing. Simultaneously, the remains of mysterious boats wash up on remote shorelines, their identities long since removed by the effects of weathering and decay. It has been theorized that there are places on this earth where time operates in a somewhat different manner, where some invisible portal or corridor is capable of propelling a vehicle and its occupants to a very different moment in history, both in the future and the past. Could it be that this outlandish theory is the reason behind some of the inexplicable disappearances that take place on a near daily basis? In the summer of 1911, shortly before the Great War which would forever change the face of the European mainland, a small Italian manufacturing firm situated in Rome was seeking investment for a new railway project. Having successfully constructed a prototype locomotive, the directors of the Zanetti company sent out invitations to local investors and dignitaries, offering them the chance to be part of a luxurious demonstration journey. On the morning of July the 14th, the Zanetti engine set off from Rome's principal train station, travelling up and along the railway lines which led to the northern city of
It bored me. Not for tonight. It bored me. It did. I'd rather play a 5-minute video from beginning to end than a 18-minute video and have to wait for the last 3 minutes just to know that the train went into the future, it went into the past. I like real. I want pictures. If you go into the future or the past and you were on that train, you mean to tell me nobody took a picture in 1911? Anyway, I meant to play this 911 call. That is pretty scary. Nonetheless, it's real. So I'm going to play this instead. I meant to play it. I forgot. The story with the train, boring. Believe me, you'll be thankful. Ready? We don't have to go big screen.
Indiana Jones. This took place when I was about 10 years old. My mom had rather quickly filed for divorce, but she only had a part-time job and made very little money. So finding a place to stay that was affordable was tough. A friend of hers told her that she and her husband had a little mobile home that was currently sitting empty, and we could rent it practically for free till we figured out something else. I immediately didn't like the house. We lived in a mountain town, and this mobile home was way up a steep, mile-long driveway. For whatever reason, I immediately refused to use the hallway bathroom. I wouldn't even step into it. It was a very 70s home with wood paneling and dated fixtures. There were also areas that showed strange damage, like holes in the wall that were badly patched up. My mom was gone a lot, trying to find whatever work she could, so I would be home alone a lot after school and on the weekends. My mom always told us not to answer the door. We should always answer the phone in case it was her. So when the phone rang one afternoon, I figured it would be my mom, since no one else really had her number yet. There was a woman on the phone who sounded very concerned.
Hello, this is 911 returning your call. We received your call, but we got disconnected,
The woman said. I immediately got a sick feeling. I told her that I did not call 911. She asked me if there was anyone else in the house who might have called. I said I was home alone, but I started to get really worried that maybe I wasn't. She said she would dispatch police to our address just to make sure everything was okay. At that point, I was terrified to be in the house, so I sat outside and nervously waited for the police. The officer asked me if I had called 911, and I said no. The officer just sort of shrugged and said, "This kind of thing sometimes happens. They said that the numbers can't get mixed up, but it happens." I tried to convince myself the officer was right. It was just a mixed up phone call, and hopefully whoever did actually call got the help they needed. About a month later, the same thing happened. I got another phone call from 911 saying they had received a call from my number. I told them again that it must have been a mistake. The woman on the phone scolded me, telling me that 911 wasn't something to play around with. She didn't dispatch any police this time. Again, I was really worried someone was in the house. I don't know why, but I always kept the hallway bathroom door closed. Maybe because of the eerie feeling I got from it. As I was checking the house, I just knew someone was in that bathroom. I was terrified. Part of me felt like I needed to open the door to check, maybe to prove myself wrong, but I was too afraid. So I just sat in the living room watching that door. It was so quiet in the house that after a few minutes, I swore I started to hear faint little sounds coming from inside, like a kind of shuffling noise. I asked my mom to check the bathroom when she got home, and she quickly looked inside. She made me come and look to see that it was empty, and I was letting my imagination get the better of me. The 911 calls happened 3 more times over the coming months, and only when I was home alone. The 4th time, the dispatcher told me I could face criminal charges for what I was doing, and they would contact my parents. I hung up the phone, sobbing and terrified. I felt like the girl who cried wolf, only it wasn't me.
Did she say cry woof? Woof, right? Not wolf. Woof. Why do people say woof?
Only it wasn't me. Only it wasn't me. I felt like the girl who cried woof, only terrified. I felt like the girl who cried woof, only it wasn't me, terrified. I felt like the girl who cried woof, only it wasn't me. I sat and watched the bathroom door again, hearing noises, like someone dragging their fingers across the floor. I decided my mom was right, and I was probably just letting my imagination get away. I decided to try and leave the bathroom door open so I wouldn't get so freaked out by the thought that someone was in there. Then I got the 5th 911 call. This time, though, after I hung up the phone with the dispatcher, the bathroom door slammed shut. I ran all the way down our steep driveway and found a place to wait till my mom pulled into the drive. When she arrived, she was angry with me for leaving the house, but she saw how upset I was. I refused to be alone in the house again, though. So we worked it out so I would stay later at school or go to a nearby friend's house till she got off work. Not long after this, we got a notice from my mom's friend that we needed to move out of the house because her mom needed a place to stay. I was so grateful to be moving out. I moved around a lot the next few years and tried to forget about that house. It wasn't until I was older that I really thought about it. I decided to do some research, which, honestly, I wish I had never done. A few years before we moved in, a woman was killed in that house in some kind of domestic dispute. It was days, though, before she was found, shut up in the bathroom.
Pretty wild stuff. Pretty wild. It's crazy, right? It can happen. I don't know how, but it happens. What am I hearing? Something's wrong. Do you guys hear that? It's the end of the show. I can't believe it's the end already. Yeah, a little earlier than normal. I could do more stuff, but why bother? Thank you, everybody. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, super chatters. And I want to thank Third Phase of Moon for being the new source, as well as Spaced Out Radio, Goof on Radio Stream, Dr. J, and one other. We'll be giving you news pretty much every night now from Third Phase and from us. So I'm very excited for that. Don't forget, the new video, The New Beginning, is in about an hour. So keep your eyes open for that Third Phase video coming out. You're going to love it. Don't forget to like and subscribe the show. And share it. It's the only way we grow. We got to get to 50 likes. I thought this show deserved it. No? I thought so. I thought it was a good one. You want to support Goof on Radio Stream? Right now, you can become a patron at patreon.com/Goof on Radio. There's so much good stuff coming. I am beside myself, very happy. Become a member of Goof On Network by joining the network at goofon.net. It's free, and it's the place to be if you want to post anything to the site. It's all for you, not me. Right? All right, everybody. Welcome to the FFS Zone. Now go home. You guys have a great night. We'll be back tomorrow. Can we turn this up at all? Is there any way? Yeah. Take care, everybody. See you tomorrow. Love this song.